the media with comedy, they absolutely hate comedy. They hate comedy that breaks boundaries. It was the Golden Globes, and Ricky Gervais was up there on stage, and he was telling the actors, "You get your award. You come up here. You say you thank your mom, your dad, your nan, and whatever you got to thank, but don't sit there and act like you're better than the citizens of the United States or however which way he said it, because Apple was there because Apple launched their streaming service, and Tim Cook was there, and obviously they got their sweatshops in India and China and all that. So basically, Ricky Gervais was saying, stop acting like you're some saint because you're working for a company that's hiring that they're making your iPhone in India or whatever for 10 cents an hour or whatever. And I thought that was funny because he's one of the first people in Hollywood that's really, well, he's not the first, but he's one of the first that's kind of, not acting like the rest of them, like, oh, you got to be a Democrat,
Sure. It's dangerous when you're a big figure like that to say anything that breaks their system, because they're gonna do something. They're gonna take you down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and I agree.
What do you think?
Actually, really funny to see, and I thought it was a great speech, or I don't know if you'd call it a speech, but it was funny. It was comedic, and I really loved watching the reactions of everyone in the audience looking at him, just getting mad, because he had a point. I mean, all of these figures, they're making how much money, and they're not common people. That should be fact of life, but they act as if they are, and then they make these donations, or they make this symbol of superiority, and they act like we should all be doing it, but they don't really acknowledge that we're just in very different spheres, and we can't do what they do, and they shouldn't be looking down on us like they do in that sense. And it was really cool to see someone point that out for once.
Yeah, the way I look at it, it doesn't matter who you are. Hollywood, they've thought this for years. They think they're above everyone. They think they have this like secret knowledge that none of us know. Sure, you do something good, like for instance, a lot of these the Hollywood actors, they're worth millions, if not hundreds of millions. Like I remember one instance was this went viral on Twitter. It was former President George H.W. Bush was talking to Ellen DeGeneres at some like football game or something, and it was number one trending on Twitter. It's like, seriously, so liberals, not liberals, but Democrats aren't allowed to speak with Republicans. Like, it makes no sense to me. Their logic, it makes no sense. It just doesn't.
Yeah, it really goes back to that divisiveness thing. It's a shame that just two people from opposing parties talking is all of a sudden news. I mean, regardless of the people, you should be able to have a right wing or a Republican, a left wing or a Democrat, and they should be able to just talk to each other. They should be able to communicate. They don't have to agree, obviously. I mean, there's two different ideologies, but the fact that it's newsworthy that it happened, or these celebrities get so much attention when they say something when it's really not their place to say so necessarily. It's wild.